Before we start building AI into our robot, we need to learn how to read values from the sensors and also how to control the actuators that comes with the level milestone. And in this video, we're going to start off by learning how to read the state of the touch sensor. And so what we are going to end up building in the end is a simple program that detects when the touch sensor has been pressed, and it sets the light on the brick to green color. And as long as I hold it, it's going to remain green. And when I leave it, it is going to set it to black, which means there is no light. So it's a very simple build. Just take your touch sensor and attach it to your brick anyhow you want it. Just make sure you have a connection between the touch sensor and your brick. And so I'm going to come to the code view, and then I will explain to you the code that we The first thing I want you to take notice of is the fact that the shebang has changed. So initially, I told you that we are not going to use the PyBricks MicroPython. Yes, it is faster, but it has its own limitations. So I want us to have the full power of Python 3. And to be able to do that, you need to change the shebang from PyBricks MicroPython to Python 3. And you can also see that the APIs that I'm using here are not being imported from the PyBricks module as we did in the first dummy example that we did. So the first thing we need to do is to import the touch sensor class, which comes from ev3dev2.sensor.lego. And also here, be careful to include the dev2, because there's a version 1 API which is not so much compatible with the version 2. And in this course, we're going to use the version 2. Having imported the touch sensor, we also want to take an action when the sensor is pressed, and so we are going to import the LEDs so that we can control the colors of the LED, basically to indicate that we have been able to detect that the touch sensor has been pressed. And so the first thing you need to do after the import is to create an instance of the touch sensor, and I'm calling mine TS. And note that here we are not specifying which port on the on the milestone we have connected the touch sensor to, because it automatically detects it. And then we also instantiate a value for the LEDs class, which helps us to control the LEDs. We'll have a separate video on that. And then I have a while loop here, so this is running forever. That is why I have the time here, time module, so that we can let the program sleep so the processor can take some rest. And what we do is we check if ts.expressed. So this property .expressed is going to be set to 1 or 0 depending on whether the touch sensor has been pressed or not. So as a matter of fact, we can even remove the equals to 1, because I mean this is Python, so 1 is truthy. All right, so if it is pressed, then we set the color of the left LEDs to green, and then we also set the color of the right LEDs to green. We do the reverse. We set to black when it has not been pressed. And so that is the reason why you can see that if I press, now it has detected that the touch sensor has been pressed, and so the light comes on. When I release it, it goes off. Now I want to show you another way we can also check for the presses on the touch sensor. And the way we can do that is to basically call a function value, and then we check if it's equals 1. Okay, so I'm going to stop this program and rerun it so that the updated code gets onto the milestone brick. And then you can see that the program has been uploaded, so we wait until the LED stops flashing, and I think now the upload has finished. So if I press, you see that it comes on, and as long as I'm holding it, it is on. If I release, it goes off. When I press, it comes on. If I release, it goes off. Okay, having done that, I want you to also take note of the time.sleep here. So you don't want to sleep for so long, otherwise you will miss the touches, because the time.sleep is actually going to release the processor from this program a bit. And so you don't want to sleep for so long that you will miss touches, and you also don't want to sleep too short that you'll be burdening the processor. So it depends on your use case, but for this example, it is okay the way we we have done it. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you